Hi, I'm Julie Neckley, and this is a quick video on what happens when Mercury is transiting opposite your natal Saturn. And generally when Mercury or the moon are transiting your natal Saturn, you'll tend to feel it. Unless you're engaged in like heavy work, like labor or even mental labor, like working with numbers or just anything that's like really, if your energy is completely used up in work, you might not feel it. But if you're like daydreaming or writing poetry, then you'll suddenly be like, oh, I feel so depressed. I'm such a loser. Life is pointless. Because the thing is that Saturn is great for accomplishing things in the real world, but he's horrible for the imagination. And from an astrological perspective, like all depression is really just an illusion created when Saturn gets into your imagination, kind of like mud and water. So the glass through which you're seeing life starts to get dark and dim, and so you get depressed. But from an astrological perspective, it's always an illusion because you're not like seeing what's real. You're seeing some mud on the glass or whatever. So anyway, but when Mercury is opposing your Saturn, you will likely like start to feel really depressed, and your outlook on life will start to be really dark. You'll realize what a loser you are. You may feel like really old. Like whenever you feel really old, that's a good sign that Saturn is influencing you. And it's great if you can realize it, because if you realize that it's just temporary, then you don't go out and buy a cane. You don't check yourself into a nursing home. You just kind of ride it out, and then the feeling passes. So anyway, yeah, so it's your thinking will start to get depressed when Mercury is opposing Saturn. And since it's an opposition, all oppositions specifically impact our relationships. So you'll specifically be looking at your relationships and being like, ugh. And like you'll be wanting to like end some of your relationships because you'll realize how horrible they are. But you actually shouldn't do this because you are under an influence and it doesn't reflect reality. So you should wait until the transit passes before ending things with people. And that's it. So it's a great time if you want to do some kind of work that requires a lot of brain power, because your brain will actually be better for doing boring, onerous work. It's just that your imagination will be in a depressed state. So don't believe the way that things appear when under Saturn's influence. And that is Mercury opposite Saturn. My name is Julie Neckley. Thank you. Bye.